Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Here on It's the Kellys, we travel often and pack well and want to help you do the same. And while a lot of you might be really familiar with the packing videos that we do on here, today I want to really go back to that whole travel often thing, because in order to travel often, you need to find some affordable flights. And while this is not exactly a video about affordable flights, it is a video about once you have found affordable flights on a third-party website and if you should book it or not. We all know of those third-party booking sites like Expedia or Kayak or Orbit, Trip.com, the list goes on. These are third-party websites that you can book not only your flights on, but also hotels and cars, and usually they are considerably cheaper than booking with the airline. I mean, I'm sure we've all used them. But while they may be a good deal, are they a good idea? In this video, I am going to explain how these websites get the deals that they do. I'm going to go over the pros and cons of booking third-party sites versus booking directly with your favorite airline. And then I will go over what to do if you do end up booking with a third-party website so that it can make travel a little bit easier and hopefully not get screwed over too much. Let's dive in. Now, first I want to tell you guys how these booking websites work. And I've done a little bit of research, but if you know more than I do, please feel free to comment down below and let us know. Maybe you know somebody that's worked for one of these sites and you have some inside scoop. But from what I understand, most of the time, these websites are buying tickets in bulk from the airlines that they work with at a severely discounted rate. And then they're reselling them on their website for a rate that you still like, and they're profiting from the extra. That makes you, the consumer, very thrilled to buy that flight for, let's say, $500 instead of $650. Let's take a look at the pros and cons of booking with a third-party website. And right now we're only talking about airline tickets. We're not talking about cars or hotels. We'll save that for a different video. The biggest pro, it's cheaper. Obviously, if you're on a tight budget, great. You can save a lot of money booking on these websites. Another pro, it's an all-in-one website where you type in the date that you want to leave and the date that you want to come back, and it will show multiple airlines, multiple departure times, and multiple arrival times so that you can pick the one that's best for you. And the third item in the pro list is basically that you can get a bundled deal. You can get a flight and a hotel and a car at a discounted rate. It's all in one. You've booked everything that you need to book right there on one website. I totally understand why these websites really stand out to people that want to travel, especially beginner travelers. But before you start getting really excited, let's talk about the cons for booking on a third-party website. And I'll add in a few horror stories that can go with it as well. The first con is that you could definitely have some customer service nightmares. And while that can also be true booking direct with your airline, I'm going to explain. Let's say you're at the airport, you're at your gate and you're awaiting your flight, and then they announce that the flight is canceled. It happens. So you're going to go wait in the customer service line or maybe even call the airline. Maybe you're even waiting in line while you're calling the airline to see who you get to talk to first. Then you finally get to talk to a representative of the airline, and then they say, "I'm sorry, there's nothing that I can do because you didn't book with us, you booked with a third-party website. You're going to have to call that website and talk to them, and they will have to work it out." So then you contact them. You finally get a hold of them. But then you realize they can't do anything either. They are just the middleman. So you have to call them, and while you're on the phone with them, you're on hold while they call the airline. They are basically doing the exact same phone call that you just did with the airline, except they're doing it because they are the ones that booked the flight, not you. It's just your name. The second con is hidden fees. Third-party sites could end up having a lot of extra fees that you didn't realize were going to be there when you booked. Or it'll be a surprise later on because you weren't aware of all of the different extras while you were booking. Let's say you book with one of those websites, and then you go to check in 24 hours before your flight, and you realize you actually booked a super bare bones type of fare. And you had no idea. Like, you just have the ticket. You don't have a seat, you don't have a bag, and you're the last one to board. So then as you're checking in, you have to oftentimes pay for all of those things. Or there are things that you can't change. You want to get a window seat, but you don't get to choose your seat. So then basically you're checking in for your flight, paying for all these extra things, if you're allowed to, and you realize, did I even save any money at all? The third con, difficulty with refunds or changes to your flight. If you need to cancel or change your flight, third-party sites oftentimes make that harder. The chances are you probably booked a non-refundable, non-changeable ticket. You can't change your name, you can't change the date, you can't change the time. You are stuck with that flight, or you may need to pay a lot of money. And chances are, if you would have booked directly with the airline, you probably would have gotten that money back, but because you booked third party, too bad. And I have a story that goes along with this. So the experience I'm about to tell you, it was really eye-opening for us in terms of learning how third parties work. We had a flight booked to go to Nicaragua. So when the flight was getting canceled, and I think this airline just canceled the entire route indefinitely, they weren't flying there anymore, they apologized and said, "We're so sorry, please contact us for options for your refund." So immediately I contacted the airline. They were absolutely wonderful. They said, "Yes, we apologize. We will 100% credit you back to your credit card the entire fare." And we're like, sweet, okay. And then they said, "We have refunded the entire amount to the MasterCard on file," which was, let's say, card 7642. Wait, we don't have a MasterCard. And then I'm like, wait, we didn't book directly through this airline. We booked using blah, blah, blah third-party website. And they said, "Well, we already did the refund. You're going to have to contact that third-party website to get your money back." Okay, I called the third-party website. I said, "I've already contacted the airline for you. They have refunded the money back on MasterCard 7642, and now I would like that money back." And they're like, "You're not getting that money back. Are you kidding?" I mean, this is basically what they said. And I said, "Well, the airline gave 100% of the money back. They're not flying that route anymore. And they actually gave you, who I'm speaking to, 100% of the money back." And they said, "Yeah, but we're only giving you 40% because of the terms and conditions that you agree to when booking it." So yeah, they didn't even give us half of the money back. And that was just the lesson that we learned. We would have gotten 100% of the money back, not even an e-credit, actual money back, if we would have booked direct with the airline versus booking third party. And the last con is you can get incorrect information. Airlines are always going to be changing things, whether they are completely getting rid of a flight or a route. They are changing things by 5 minutes or 5 hours or even by an entire day. But sometimes those third-party websites don't get that information, so they still have older flights available on their website that no longer exist. That has actually happened to me before. I was looking at a specific airline to go from point A to point B, and the times weren't really working out well for me. So I broadened my search and found that there was a flight at a better time with that same airline. And I said, "Oh my gosh, incredible, let's book it." And then I go to book it, and about 5 minutes later they said, "Oh, that flight doesn't exist, I'm sorry. We're going to put you on this flight," which was the original flight I was looking at that wasn't going to work out. So you can see how that could also be a predicament. Now let's go ahead and make this video just a little bit more positive, and we're going to talk about the advantages of booking directly with an airline. The first pro is going to be better customer service. When things go wrong, the airline itself is your point of contact. You, the flyer, are directly talking to them, the airline. Hopefully less wait time and hopefully a lot easier. The second pro is promotions, upgrades, and miles. If airlines have some sort of sale or deal going on, like a Black Friday sale, that's only going to be available to you booking directly with the airline. I totally took advantage of an incredible Black Friday deal this year, and way better than any price I was looking at with third-party bookings. Especially if you have a membership with them, you could also be looking at seat upgrades, baggage perks, bids for business class, and of course your mileage will be automatically added to your account once you have flown. The third pro is that you have more control over your booking. When you go to that website of the airline, you are going to have your choice of fare that you want to book. Of course, there's going to be the bare bones, totally basic economy type of fare, and then you'll have one step above that and one step above that, and you will get to see what's included with each. If you want to be able to pick your seat, have cabin luggage and a checked bag, things like that, you'll be able to do that when booking directly, right away when you're buying your fare. So that way, when you go to check in 24 hours before your flight, you will already have all of that settled. You will also know the cancellation policy and change fees if there are any. And lastly, you're going to get accurate information. Like I was saying, flights will change. As long as you are the contact, they will be contacting you when that happens, even if it's 9 months before the flight. Hi, Lauren, we've changed your flight from this one to this one due to a scheduling change. Is this okay? Please click this button if it is, and if not, we'll put you on a different flight at no charge. This happens all the time. It's very common. But if you would have done that third party, they wouldn't have contacted you. They would have contacted the third party. And that third party may have decided for you or put you on a different flight and not even told you. And then again, you go to check in and you're on a totally different flight. You want to have accurate information the entire time. So, should you never ever book with third-party websites? Not necessarily. There are a couple of occasions where maybe booking third-party could be acceptable. The first one is a last-minute flight. Let's say there's some sort of emergency, you need to go somewhere that same day or the next day or even next week. Sometimes the deal can be so great on a third-party website that it automatically wins. And the good thing is, if the flight is so soon after you book it, there's not a ton of opportunities for it to constantly change. I'd be a little bit more okay with booking a third party at the last minute versus booking a third party 10 months before my trip. And the second time that I think that it could be okay, or at least it just makes the most sense budget-wise, is when you're booking some sort of package deal. If you need to get the flight, the hotel, and the car for a ton of different people in your party, sometimes when you're looking at the overall price of everything, it can just make more sense. Sometimes saving a lot of money can really make or break a trip, especially if you have a family of 5 or 6. But again, just be super, super aware of what you're actually booking. Now, the last bit of information I want to give you is if you do book a third-party website, these are the steps I want you to go through once you have done that to just make things as smooth as possible. Number one, once you have booked with that website and you have a booking code with the website, but also a confirmation code with the airline, I want you immediately to go to the airline's website, confirm the flight. That's the first thing you need to do. Confirm the flight, confirm the times, make sure you book something that actually exists. Step 2 will be to update your contact information. Once you go into that Manage Flight tab, you're going to confirm that your name is correct, confirm that your birth date is correct, because there are people typing this in for you. But the most important thing is, I want you to go to that phone number, erase the phone number that's in there because it really belongs to the website, and I want you to put your phone number in there. And then I want you to go to that email spot where it has the email for the website, and I want you to put in your email, because then if there is anything wrong with the flight or any type of update from now until the day that you fly, you will be the one getting the updates by email or by text message. And while you're in there updating your information, you can also probably put in your frequent flyer number. And if you are somebody that has global entry or pre-check, that's when you can put in your known traveler ID so that when you get that boarding pass, you will have that pre-check printed right on there. The third tip I have for you is to then check what baggage you are allowed to have with the fare that you have gotten. And then number 4, I want you to check the cancellation or change fees. With the ticket that you have under your name, are you allowed to cancel it? Are you allowed to change it? And what kind of fees are associated with that? As long as you've done all 4 steps and all of them check out just fine, then you're good. To wrap things up, booking directly with the airline, although it could be more expensive, it can always be a smarter idea. It's going to give you a little bit more control over the type of ticket that you have. It's likely going to give you better customer service and a lot more flexibility if something goes wrong. But third-party bookings can be a lot cheaper and can sometimes give you a bundle deal. Just make sure that if you're booking third-party, you follow all of the steps that I gave you, and that you weigh the risks before you book. How much money are you actually going to save, and will that be worth it if there's an issue? If you have any horror stories or experiences when it comes to booking third-party websites, kind of like what I had, please share with us down below. We'd love to hear them and learn from them. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to the channel for even more travel tips, packing videos, and reviews of travel essentials. Thank you guys so much for watching. Travel safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!